Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Is the reviver of
Om Nithyananda
including the
Paramashivoham.
and is the establisher
Om
of the largest
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda
over 1 million books.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
So now we will be getting
Om
into the next section of the
Nithyananda
where each of you will be witnessing a type of demonstration of the extraordinary Shaktis. So today the Bharat Symphony and the youth will initiate the disciples of the point of Buddhism will be demonstrating and sharing with all of you the experiences and results of the extraordinary manifestation awakened in us through the Diksha to inspiration by
Paramashivoham.
And in today's Bhava Samadhi Darshan, all of you will also be initiated into the yoga power into these extraordinary Shaktis. And with the grace and blessings of the Supreme Pontifical, all of you will also be manifesting the following powers of paradise, which is seen with eyes blindfolded, as well as many other extraordinary Shaktis such as body scanning, remote vision, materialization, teleportation, Ashtamha Shaktis, and much more. And for those of you who might be wondering where exactly is the third eye located, how the third eye works, what is their how, where they describe. So the third eye is a cosmic browsing center located between the worlds before initiation. One can effortlessly access powers and see through the third eye just as So now let us understand what are Shaktis. What exactly are these Shaktis that we are speaking about? What is their source and how they manifest? So in the Veda Kumar, source scriptures, Paramashiva reveals in elaborate detail that every human being is hardwired to be able to manifest 463 plus extraordinary Shaktis to divine powers. And manifesting powers is described as a system, a method, and a science for human beings to explore the various states, the various possibilities, and powers to have access to various states. And these Shaktis manifest from the fundamental cognition that you are the divine, and you need to manifest the divine, not that you are a man. Now, some of you might have heard the term of Siddhis, as it's a very common term used for any type of extraordinary manifestation. When you see somebody manifesting powers, then you call it Siddha, or the powers that they manifest, call them as a Siddhi. So let us look at the exact difference between Shaktis. The Shaktis express from the space of enlightenment as a side effect of deep connection with the divine and high integrity with the Guru, and are a source of enlightenment, whereas Siddhis are powers that manifest from tapasya penance for enlightenment and And the Shaktis of Paramashiva manifest through ordinary human beings in an extraordinary way after initiation by the avatar, and are permanent, whereas Siddhis are not permanent and may diverge And the source of all these Shaktis is Paramashiva, who is the primordial divinity of truth, the ultimate reality of God, which is self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasha, all-pervading, unchanging beyond time, space, thought, causality. And as the fundamental base of Avyakta and manifest, and Yakta the manifesting, he performs the Panchakritya or the 5 cosmic acts of Shrishti, which is creation, Siddhi, which is sovereign rulership and maintenance, Samhara, which is illumination, Prabhava, which is full knowledge and illusion, and Anandha, which is the base for all. And now, the avatar of Paramashiva has come down on planet as the Supreme Personality, Jagat Guru Mahasamidranam, which is divine holiness, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, as the 1008th different incarnation and representative of Paramashiva and the reviver of Kailasa, a macrocosmic, ancient enlightened civilization nation, and the great cosmic of nation. And ever since the beginning of civilization, a cradle of enlightened beings and highly advanced. And it is where the science of third eye awakening, of the science of enlightenment and power manifestation is lived and taught as a science, as a lifestyle. And for the first time in the modern day, Supreme Hinduism is reviving these yogic sciences and transmitting it to the world at record-breaking pace, which is never accomplished. And the Guru Parampara is the lineage. So all of this knowledge and science is passed down from one generation to the next through the Diksha by enlightened beings. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism being recognized as an incarnation at a very young age by his Gurus, was trained and taught in sciences to revive the initiation and knowledge for billions to manifest the science of power manifestation. From the disciplines of Vedanta, Tantra, Shri Vidya, Yoga, Yogic powers, Mantra Shastra, Siddha Vidya, science of Aushadha, Advaita, Bhakti Yoga, Paramashiva Jnana, Paramashiva Jnana, and much more. And now let us see how we can awaken these divine Shaktis in us. How can we manifest these Shaktis yourself? So every ultimate truth, Jnana, is mapped into your consciousness prajna and manifests as possibility and power.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda
Enlightened being through look, word, or touch. The traditional Vedic book Navaratneshwara states, Sarva samapi dikshanam muktihi phalamkhanditam avirodhat bhavantyeva prasangyastu bhuktayah. The main benefit of all initiations is moksha, enlightenment. As a side effect, health, wealth, leadership, and well-being happen. And in Rudrayamala Tantra, Shiva says, Devi diksha vihinasya na siddhihi na cha sagatihi tasmat sarva prayatnena guruna dikshito bhavet. The one who is not initiated does not attain liberation nor a better future. So by all efforts, one should get initiated by Guru. What is the science of initiation? Neuroscience has proved that the process of initiation floods the brain with energy. This is the superconscious energy of Kundalini, our own highest inner potential energy. As the Kundalini flows from the thalamus to the cortex, it sets up a powerful energy loop within the brain, which awakens the latent non-mechanical parts which we have never used before. With increasing levels of coherence, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heal, empower, transform our lives, bliss and fulfillment. Initiation creates high awareness, visualization, creativity. It also slows the aging process and improves the immune system. Kundalini awakening, healing experience, levitation, teleportation, materialization. Experience the power of initiation through a range of exclusive programs conducted at the ashram. Nithyananda Dhyanapeetham, Nithyananda Nagar, Birdi, Bengaluru. Contact 9742 03311.
On how the science of Diksha works for initiation. So now let us see how the science of Paramashivoham is authenticated with four aspects of evidences or pramanas as Sept. So the first out of the four pramanas, the first pramana is the Shastra pramana, which is the eternal unchangeable truths revealed in the source scriptures of God. Then the next is the Apta pramana, which are the experiences and results of Aptas or authorities, where the Vedic rishis and scientists have calculated and verified these science. And the next is the Atma pramana, which is an account of the supreme qualities of millennium's avatars, personal experience of a powerful creature. And then the Pratyaksha pramana, which is the empiric leverage from observation and scientific experimentation. Now some of you might be wondering what exactly are these Vedas and avatars in which Paramashiva describes all of the sciences very elaborately. So the Vedas are the ultimate superior authority for Hindus, and they are pure science where the ultimate truth. And the Agamas are the scriptures where the applied technology and the applied sciences are expressed. So the Vedas and the Agamas, the Vedas are given the status of Shruti as their direct evidence by Paramashiva. They are the ultimate eternal unchangeable. And a reference cited from these Shastras or source scriptures is called the Shastra. And now, let us all get ready to witness a very unique and very exciting demonstration. So we will now be going through four pramanas, or the power of third eye, things I explained. So the first is the Shastra Pramana, which is the scriptural reference for the power of third eye. So it comes from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. I will be chanting. Kapalantarmano yasya Nishtanniditalochanaha Ramena manaso darya Lakshaye lakshyamuttamam. And the translation for this verse is, by fixing the mind on the inner space within the Brahm center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession, by that stability of the mind and inner space through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate world Lakshya by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place attaining the space of oneness with the source Paramashiva. And the next is the Apta Pramana, where Krishna initiates Arjuna into the power of third eye during the revelation of the Purana, Bhagavad Gita. So Arjuna could see Bhagavan Krishna, especially the vision of God. So Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjuna, Natu mam shakyase drashtu manenaiva svachakshusha Divyam dadami te chakshum pashyame yogamaishwaram. So in this verse, Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjuna, but you cannot see my cosmic form with these physical eyes of yours. Therefore I grant you divine third eye vision. Behold my cosmic opulence. So this is from the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which contains the description of Bhagavan Krishna's cosmic form. And this description of Bhagavan Krishna's cosmic form is completely narrated by Arjuna. Bhagavan Krishna. And the next is the Atma Pramana.
Side and outside broke. The first
So it's
experience.
only those words. The first experience that I was able to see everything around above me, the whole 360 degree, 10 directions, below me, everything. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel and experience all of that. And then the next is the Pratyaksha Pramana. So here also you can see study measures were done on the brainwaves using a PET scan, which is a positron emission thermometer. And it was measured that when doing daily activities, there is high activity in the brain where the third eye is located. And when in deep Samadhi state, only the third eye region is active and almost 90% of the rest of the brain. And now we will be witnessing the Sakshi Pramana, the live demonstration of these extraordinary powers, which is the rare sacred science of third eye awakening. And this science being made available to humanity for our ultimate enrichment and conscious evolution by the Supreme Consciousness. And as the reincarnation of Vishwat Supreme Consciousness embodies the most profound yogic states that surpass all the bounds of time, space and matter. And the Supreme Consciousness is gifting this pure and great science of third eye awakening, along with many other spiritual sciences, to the world through the science of Diksha. And every single person, all the millions of people around the world who have been initiated into these sciences have actually witnessed, experienced, and seen the profound results and extraordinary manifestations of their nature. So now we will be getting into Sakshi Pramana, the direct demonstration of these extraordinary Shaktis.
Paramashivoham Nithyananda Paramashivoham Nithyananda Paramashivoham Nithyananda Paramashivoham Nithyananda Paramashivoham Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda
Yes, so now we will be getting into the live demonstration. So here with me I have this icon, which in front is a big plastic sheet. And in the back there is a black sponge which will not allow any such light to enter on the eye. And with these two sockets over here by us, and it will also be covering the picture. And this eyeband is actually certified by ophthalmologists, and it is usually given for people who are suffering from insomnia and who are not able to sleep properly. So it prevents all the light from entering around the eyes, so they can have a better sleep. And this eyeband will now be put on my eyes, and all of you can see as the eyeband is being used by a volunteer. And once that is done, any of you watching us live on YouTube, you can put your comments in the live YouTube comment section in the chat box, and it can be anything that you would like to see. It can be a sequence of emojis, numbers, it can be anything, and I will be reading your comment out. So now the volunteer will be putting on this eyeband for me, and all of you can see as the eyeband.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om
Yes, you can
Nithyananda
move into the center.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda
Yes, so now the eyeband has been put. I will be turning my right, left, and down. So all of you can see that the eyeband has been put, and there's no gaps inside around. And now the YouTube comment section is suggested in front of you, and we'll also be putting picture. And once it is done, any of you can post anything that you like to see. It can be a picture, numbers, letters, words, sentences, emojis, or it can even be something that does not make sense at all. So you can post anything in my chat box on YouTube, on Kailas's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel, and I will be reading out your
Paramashivoham.
And after this, we will also be having body scans. So if any of you would like a body scan, you can leave your comment.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Yes, now we have a comment from Masaranka Nithyananda, who has put and Galatakshananda. She has put Nithyananda and then a Namaskar emoji with brown hands and then a smiley emoji.
Paramashivoham.
So Masaranka, you can even put more comments if you would like, and anybody else also watching us right now, you can put anything you would like to read.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
And you can also put various languages and anything else that you would like to read. It can be anything. It can be a scientific term or language that you think I may not be able to read or I may not be able to see. And specifically for those of you who might be skeptical about this power, you can put in your comments.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Yes, now we have Kailasas Stephanie Vamdeva Shivashakti Dangati, who has put there is a Mahavakya in the Bible. Yes, sorry for the technical glitch, we will get it fixed. And yes, Ma Saranka has now put he has put something in a different language. It is Sikh and then a different language, I think Korean. And then Ma Stephanie has put of the live stream, and then she has put double sound, and then she has put Nithyananda. Yes, Ma Stephanie, we are getting it fixed. We're sorry about the difference. And Ma Saranka, maybe you can get back on what language you have put. There is letters in a different language, and then in the end there is H, T, V, and O. And in the beginning there is a 6. And before H there is actually a E, and then a K. It looks like a K. And then there is even A. Okay, so there is 6. And then, okay, so it's, I don't think it's in language, I think it's just a random, okay, she has put it was Russian, that was Russian. Yes, and it actually looks, there is English letters, and there is a pi sign, 6, then a pi sign, then A, and then something like K to the, it's K, and then even on the other side, so it's like opposite K and the proper K together, and then E, H, C, T, B, O, and yes, you have put that it was Russian. And all of you also, you can see the comments being projected. We are projecting the comments for all of you, so you can also see the comments. And yes, Ma Stephanie has now put thank you, Ma, and then a heart emoji with a dot under it, and then namaskar, 3 namaskar emojis, round hands, and another heart namaskar, heart emoji. Yes, then if anybody else also watching this right now, you can put your comments. Ma Saranka has now put, it's the Russian word for bliss. Yes, that's great. So you can also experience bliss, Ma. You can manifest the Shaktis and experience bliss in the space of oneness with Paramashiva. And yes, then Ma Stephanie has now put, also thought it was Russian. Yes, would anyone else also like to put in your comments? It can be anything, a sequence of emojis, numbers, words, letters, sentences. It can be a scientific term which you think I may not be able to read. So anybody else watching this, you can put your comments in before we move on to the next power, the power of body scanning. Yes, okay. Now the volunteer will now be removing the IBAN. And all of you can see as the IBAN is being removed, But yes, before that we have Manitya Kshipra Prasad Nikananda, who has put a blue heart, a purple heart, and then a pink heart with stars, and then a lion emoji. And yes, so all of you can see that comment as well. Yes, and now we will be moving on to the next power, the power of body scanning. So I request the volunteer to now remove the IBAN. And all of you can see as the IBAN is being removed. Yes, so all of you can see the IBAN is just as it was before. There's nothing added or removed from the IBAN. And now, any of you who would like a body scan can put your comments in the YouTube comment section, and we will be doing the power of body scanning after we go through the pramanas for the power of body scanning. So basically, this power of body scanning is where it awakens the ability to scan any type of illnesses, diseases, medically diagnosed issues, or any problem in the body, whether it's physically, mentally, or emotionally. And the best part is that you can get a solution for the problem through the awakened third eye. Yes, so now we will be going through the pramanas for this power of body scanning. So the Shastra Pramana for the power of body scanning comes from the Vijnana Vairava Tantra, and I will be chanting it now. Swadehe jagato vapi sukshma sukshmatarani cha tattvani yani nilayam dhyatvante vyajyate para. And the translation for this verse says, Bhagavan Paramashiva beautifully says, cognize deeply that from the subtle to the subtlest constitutive principles of your whole body, Swadeha, or of the whole universe, simultaneously consist of the essential reality. They are being absorbed in their source cause, Paramashiva. By the experience of such restful awareness, one becomes complete from all thoughts, and the ultimate universal divine power, Paradevi, Adi Shakti, is revealed, and the supreme manifestation happens. And the next, the Apta Pramana for this power comes from the life of a Siddha whose name is Terayar. So Terayar was a Siddha and one of the prominent disciples of Agastya. And one day a man suffering from severe headache comes to Agastya for healing. So then Agastya uses the power of body scanning and identifies the root cause of the headache. And he reveals that there is a small terai, a type of frog, sitting in the person's brain, And Agastya immediately instructs Thereya, his disciple, to perform an open head surgery and remove the frog. And after the surgery is completed, successfully, the person is healed and cured of the headache, thus gaining And the Atma Pramana for this power comes from the life of Swamiji himself when he shared how he uses the power of body scanning on the 22nd of December 2019. He revealed how he uses the power of body scanning, paraphrasing his words. Only when I had the multiple compound hand fracture, I was forced to go for surgery and therefore for medical checkups related to that. At that time, they detected heavy metal quantity in my different organs. It was revealed that I had been poisoned without our knowledge. I immediately used diagnostic methods instead of medical facilities to study the body condition due to the poisoning. Through body scanning, I found out what the problems, imbalances had happened and where balances had to be done. I used allopathy as a second opinion to verify my findings. And here you can see the Sakshi Pramana, which are the experiences and results of the extraordinary manifestation happening through the initiated disciples of the Supreme Point of Hinduism. So here you can see just a few sharings, but around the world, thousands have experienced these powers. And after the initiation, even you will be able to experience these powers. So now, any of you who would like a body scan can put your comments in the YouTube comment section, and we will be doing a body scan for you. Yes, so any of you who would like a body scan can put your comments in the YouTube comment section, and we will be doing a body scan for you. Yes, any of you watching us right now, you can put your comments if you would like a body scan. Yes, so Ma Lindsay Carabano has asked Nithyananda, I was wondering if you could do a follow-up scan. I'm doing Panchakriya as you recommended. Yes, Ma, we can do another body scanning, and I will be doing a body scanning for you now. Yes, Ma. So, Ma Lindsay Carabano, what I was able to see for you was just continue doing Panchakriya, and you can start doing yoga also every day, and you will see that you manifest the healthy body that you want. So this is what I was able to see for you, Ma. And Ma Kshipra Prasad Nityananda has also asked for a body scan. Yes, Ma, now I will be doing a body scanning for you. Yes, so Mark, what I was able to see for you was that you're actually having some problems in the digestion. The food is not getting digested properly, but that I was able to see will get healed on its own in the next 3-4 days. But I was also able to see that you are having cramps quite often in your legs and even in your stomach, and also you're having a slight backache, especially in your lower back, and even near your, there's a lot of pressure being put on your neck. So I was able to see that you should start taking castor oil every day. You can take it once in the morning, and if you want, you can also take in the night again, along with haritaki or any other thing. And also, I was able to see to you should start taking care of your body. You shouldn't put so much pressure on your body physically. You should make your body healthy enough to uh, be do more physical activity. So you can do more yoga and you can do more physical activities to make your body more active and healthy to do all the work that you're doing. But right now, whatever you're doing is putting quite a lot of stress on your body that is creating pain. So you should not put physical pressure on your body. And this is what I was able to see for you. So you start taking castor oil, you can start doing yoga as well. Just for a few minutes, how much ever you can start with, and then you can do more. But make your body more healthy enough to be more active. So this is what I was able to see for you, Ma Kshipra Prasad Nityananda. And Ma Lindsay Carabano has gotten back saying thank you. Yes, Ma, thank you for getting back. And with that, I thank all of you who have joined us today for the Power Manifestation. Ma Kshipra Prasad Nityananda, Ma Lindsay Carabano, Ma Stephanie, and Ma Saranka, and everyone else watching us right now. I thank all of you for joining us for the Power Manifestation segment. And we will now be moving on to the further segments of this program, where all of us will be learning more about who Devi Parashakti is, how we can manifest Devi Parashakti, what she has revealed in the Akashklings, and much more about Devi Parashakti. So please stay tuned for the further segments of this program where we will be learning more about Devi Parashakti. And we will be back after a really short break. Yes. So now in the next segment, we will be learning about the divine feminine consciousness, about who is Devi Parashakti. So we'll be first looking at the Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti, which comes from the Lalita Sahasranama Dhyana Shloka. And I'll be chanting, सिन्दूरारुणविग्रहां त्रिनयनामानिक्यमौलिस्फुरत् तारानायकशेखरां स्मितमुखीं मापीनवक्षोरुहाम् पाणिभ्यामरिपूर्णरत्नचषकं रक्तोत्पलं बिभ्रतीं सौम्यां रत्नघटस्थरक्तचरणां ध्यायेत् परामम्बिकाम्. And the translation for this verse is, the Divine Mother is to be meditated upon as shining in a vermilion-red body, with triple eyes, sporting a crown of rubies studded with the crescent moon, a face all smiles, a splendid bust, one hand holding, other twirling a red lotus. And another verse from the Lalita Sahasranama Dhyana Shloka beautifully says, Arunam karunam tarangatakshim dhritapaşankuşapuşpabanachapam animadibhiravritam ayukaihi rahamityeva vibhavaye bhavanim. And the translation for this verse is, I meditate on the great Empress. She is red in color and her eyes are full of compassion. She holds the noose, the goad, the bow, and the flowery arrow in her hands. She is surrounded on all sides by powers such as Anima for days, and she is the self within me.
Devi, the ultimate pure feminine consciousness. Parashakti is the cosmic mother. It is her cosmic womb from which billions and billions of universes come out and go in. Source where the Big Bang and black holes go on. Parashakti is the source Shakti, source energy, source power from which all of us came, in which all of us are even now, in which all of us are going to merge. Out of her extreme love and compassion, Parashakti herself is manifesting through the embodied form. As the Nijavatara of the supreme concept of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. In the words of Devi Parashakti herself, describing herself, raising as Omkara, expressing as the Vedas and Agamas, blossomed as Rimkara, filled as Parashodasi, living in the 40 triangles, the Kailasa Swami, who is in Kailasa Sripura Chintamani, Parashodasi, sitting as part of Paramashiva, Parameshwari, who rules the world, Paramashakti, Manoன்மணி, Meenakshi. As Nithyananda, I took Nijavatara here to give good boon to everyone, to bestow all goodness. Hiranya Garbhasvarupini, Parioni, Shami, Chandramauli, Rapala, Aparna, Uma, Parvati, Savitri, Navayavana, Samraji Lakshmi, Parameshwari, Parashodasi, Meenakshi. Taking the form of Nithyananda, I came here as Nijavatara. With great compassion, I am blessing. Listen, people, to do good to all of you, I took the form of Nithyananda and came down as Nijavatara. And Devi continues on, raising in Omkara, blossoming as Shiva, Shiva manifesting as source of existence, powers of existence, expression of existence, from the oneness of Om, blossoming into two as Prakriti and Purusha, blossoming as the three Shaktis, Iksha, Kriya, Jnana, growing as the four Vedas, expanding as the five Panchabhutas, beyond the six chakras, build as the Gotras of the seven Rishis, expanding as the eight directions, existing as the nine Grahas, blossoming as the 10 Indriyas, being as 11 Rudras, creating all the world, bringing to light, to tell and make truth blossom, and to do good. Parashodasi, Meenakshi, in the form of Nithyananda, I came to bless every one of you. So, how do we receive Devi Parashakti? In the words of the supreme concept of Hinduism himself, literally, you are seeing Paramashiva and Parashakti at that moment. She is there in your screen. So, always receive her very traditionally. Take two betel leaves, one banana, one betel nut, and one coin in front of the screen. Watch Devi, and the coin is considered to be the traditional dakshina in the Hindu tradition. It can be even the lowest value. In India, it can be even one paise. In the US, it can be even 1 cent. I'm not trying to monetize. Keep even 1 cent, the Supreme Council of Hinduism explains. It is okay. So for 100 days, if you have darshan, it will add up to $1. In India, even one paise is okay. So once you have Devi Darshan, you can off when you offer that Tambulam to Devi Parashakti. After the darshan, you can do the namaskar and eat the banana, the betel leaf, and the betel nut, and take it as prasadam immediately. Collect all the coins after a few days, after 1 month, or 100 darshans, how many ever, and then send this to the LA temple. This leaf, betel nut, this betel leaf betel nut may look too small, but in a few days you will see how much it adds to your sentiment that really Devi Parashakti is there. You will not take the Devi Darshan for granted. Rituals will break your monotonous, unconscious mentality and lifestyle and remind you and raise you to the next level consciousness. So, how do you set up your tambulam? You can set it up with two betel leaf, one banana, one betel nut, as we stated earlier, and one coin. And you can see the photo here, how you can set it up very simply. And you can keep this in front of Devi every day that you have darshan. So now that we have understood how we can receive Devi Parashakti, let us now enter into the next segment and understand what Devi Parashakti has revealed over the last several months for all of humanity. Devi has been continuously guiding, blessing, and answering the prayers of individual devotees, but she's also been guiding us as a humanity as a whole. So let us look at some of Devi Parashakti's revelations made for us and understand how we can imbibe each of these revelations and benefit from following Devi Parashakti's guidance. So in this segment, we will explore what Devi Parashakti has revealed as the 8 methods to prevent yourself from COVID-19. So first, let us understand Devi Parashakti has been continuously manifested through the supreme concept of Hinduism, and it is out of his deepest compassion that he has been manifesting the divine cosmic mother in order to heal and bless each and every one of us during this time of crisis. In the Guru Padika Stotram, composed by Adi Shankaracharya, the very first verse describes how the Guru Padika, the sacred feet of the Guru, is the boat that helps us cross the Ananta Samsara Samudra, the seemingly endless ocean of samsara or suffering. Adi Shankaracharya extols the greatness of worshipping the Guru's feet in the verse. Salutations to the sandals of my Guru, which is a boat which helps me cross the endless ocean of life, which endows me with the sense of devotion to my Guru, and by worship of which I attain the dominion of renunciation. Many of us have been feeling stuck in the same storming and raging ocean, being unable to navigate ourselves and lost in this overwhelming vastness of the suffering that is this great deluge, this pralaya. Many of us have been waiting eagerly for this end of this pandemic to finally go back to what we consider as the norm. But unfortunately, we have not been seeing that yet. And we're only experiencing our loved ones dying due to this pandemic, our homes being destroyed due to natural disasters, and the social institutions that what we once held so highly crumbling around us, and the whole of humanity is in a desperate and dire need of hope. And it is at this time that the Cosmic Mother has come to attend to all of our suffering. It's at this time that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the incarnation of the cosmic consciousness, out of his love and compassion, having taken the spiritual responsibility for the superconscious breakthrough of the whole of humanity, is manifesting Devi Parashakti, the cosmic mother, and guiding and healing the whole world as literally the boat that helps us through this pralaya, this cosmic deluge. Devi Parashakti is herself, manifesting through the Nijavatara and answering each and every one of our prayers, granting boons, healing us, manifesting miracles, removing all of our pain and suffering. And Devi has not just attended to us individually, but also guiding us as a humanity at large. And Devi Parashakti has guided the whole of humanity in the form of revelations of profound sacred secrets of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and by showing us the future regarding global issues, the COVID pandemic, natural disasters such as fires, floods, and more, and even the twisted human conspiracies and underground wars, which have not surfaced to common knowledge as yet. In this segment, we will be elaborating on the statistical, scientific, and spiritual references of each sacred revelation, which is manifest precisely as the same guidance emerged from Devi Parashakti, and to start following as Devi Parashakti continues just until the storm ends and we are safely harbored at the shores of our consciousness. Let us look at some of the manifestations of Devi Parashakti in Akashic reading. Let us look at the 8 methods that Devi Parashakti has revealed to protect herself from COVID-19. This is revealed on the 30th of April. Let us watch the video of Devi Parashakti's revelation first.
Parashodasi Meenakshi, Parameshwari Meenakshi, Parashakti Meenakshi, இங்கு எழுந்து அருளினோம் எல்லோர்க்கும் ஞானமும் தன்மையும் தந்திட நன்மையெல்லாம் அளித்திட நாமே வந்தோம் இங்கு கைலாசத்தின் சுவாமினியாய் பரமசிவன் கிரகத்திருந்து நம் அனுக்கிரகத்தினால் நித்யானந்தன் விக்கிரகமாய் மலர்ந்தோம். உங்கள் எல்லோர்க்கும் நல்லதை செய்திட நன்மையை சொல்லிட தர்மார்த்த காம மோக்ஷம் எனும் புருஷார்த்தங்கள் நாளும் பொங்கி மலர்ந்திட வந்தேன் இங்கு. மாந்தர்கள் கொடுந்தொற்று கொரோனா கண்டு அஞ்ச வேண்டாம். 8 வழியின் மூலமாகவும் எண்ணத்தில் தியானித்து என்னை பிரார்த்தித்தல் 1, சமூக வலைதளங்கள் மூலமாய் என்னை சரணடைதல் 2, எங்கெல்லாம் என் மகமாரி வடிவத்தில் நான் குடிகொண்டிருக்கின்றேனோ அங்கெல்லாம் பூமிதித்து என்னை வழிபடுவது 3, நெஞ்சில் மண்டி வேப்பம் சாரருந்தி தினந்தோறும் என்னை தியானிப்பது 4, நிர்விகல்ப நிலையிருந்து நித்யானந்தத்தை நிறைத்து உயிர்வது 5, சிவ 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 எனும் பிரபஞ்ச பெரும் நாதத்தை அஜபா ஜபமாய் நிகழ்த்தல் 6 நிறைவான பூரண மனத்தோடு வாழைப்பழத்தோலும் வெங்காயமும் குதிகாலில் வைத்து பத்திட்டு நித்திரையில் அடங்குவது 7 பூரணமாய் பரிபூரணமாய் அருணாச்சல ஸ்மரணையில் நினைப்பும் மறப்பும் அருந்த உணர்வு ஸ்மரணையில் அகம் அகம் என ஸ்புரிக்கும் அருணாச்சல ஸ்மரணையில் ஆனந்த ஸ்புரணத்தில் இரு எனும் 8 முறையிலும் என எண்ணியோர் அத்துணை பேருக்கும் இல்லை கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் தாக்கமும் கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் பயமும் கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் மயக்கமும் வாழ்வீர்கள் வளத்தொடு நல் ஞானம் யோகத்தொடு நாமே நிம்மோடு நானே நீயாய் நீயே நானாய் நல்வாழ்வு வாழ்வீர்கள். 8இல் 1 செய்தாலும் கொரோனா உங்களை எட்டவிடாது காப்
Let us understand Devi Parashakti's revelations now into English. So Devi revealed, "Oh humans, don't be scared of the deadly infection of corona. Through these 8 ways, praying and meditating on me, surrendering to me through social media, wherever I'm residing, worshiping me by doing fire walking, applying turmeric in the chest, drinking neem juice, and meditating on me every day, being in the unclutched state, filling with eternal bliss, doing the ajaba of the cosmic sound, Shiva, 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 with complete mind, applying banana peel and onion in the field, and going to sleep, being in the state beyond any remembrance or forgetting, in the Arunachala Surana that blossoms as aham, aham, in the state of Ananda Surana. So everyone who thinks on me through these 8 ways, they will not have suffering or effects of corona. They don't have fear and delusion of corona. You will live with prosperity, with wisdom and fortune. Me with you, you as me as you. You will live good life even if you do one of these 8 ways. I will protect you. Corona will not reach you. Don't have fear, O people. Be blissful. In the above revelations, Devi Parashakti has revealed the 8 methods to protect ourselves from COVID-19. So now let us understand each of these methods more deeply and the benefits and science behind each method. So the first method that Devi Parashakti has revealed is praying and meditating on Devi Parashakti. So let us understand how we can do this and the benefits of prayer and meditation. So science has extensively studied meditation, and there over the last few decades, it's become more and more popular, and it's very much recognized by science that it has many benefits. And Helpline has listed out the 12 science-based benefits of meditation. The first is that it reduces stress, it controls anxiety, it promotes emotional health, It enhances self-awareness. It lengthens the attention span. It may reduce age-related memory loss. It can generate kindness. It may help fight addiction. It improves sleep. It helps control pain, and it can decrease the blood pressure, and it is easily accessible anywhere. And in one report by a study done by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has found that meditation has a direct benefit on both of our physical and our mental health. And another study by the Cambridge University Press reiterates the necessity of meditation during times of crisis such as COVID-19. And in Everyday Health, there was research published about how prayer and spirituality protect the emotional health by offering a bigger sense of purpose, by providing social support, by lifting the spirit, by helping you cope with difficulties. And in September 2015, a report was published in Health Psychology that found that people who were followed, 191 people with congestive heart failure who were followed for 5 years, experienced better health outcomes when they had feelings of spiritual peace and when they made some healthy lifestyle changes. And people with major depressive disorders or chronic medical illnesses also report higher levels of religiosity, which includes daily religious experiences, generally become more optimistic than their peers. This was found in a study in Depression and Anxiety Journal. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also scientifically shown how meditation impacts our brains, and there have been multiple studies done on the avatar's own brain to understand the impact of it on the impact of meditation, the impact of Samadhi on the brain. So now let us watch that video and understand how meditation directly impacts us.
Nithyananda participates and encourages scientific researchers to derive meditation and healing through meditation. Dr. R. Murli Krishna, President, COO, Integris Mental Health and James L. Hall Jr., Center for Mind, Body and Spirit, Oklahoma in US, and his team invited Nithyananda to derive scientific evidences for meditation and the state of his enlightenment.
When Swamiji came, I have requested him to do one thing. I asked him, would you be willing to undergo some scientific investigation of the meditation process? He very cheerfully agreed without one complaint. He went for 3 repeat sessions for PET scanning and 3 repeat sessions for quantitative EEG sessions. And these are really not very easy tests to go through. It requires a lot of patience and a lot of willingness to do that. So we did that, because if a meditation process is doing something to your brain, we should be able to detect that. Scientific findings are replicable. You can replicate them, duplicate them. So Swamiji went through those sessions and we found some interesting findings.
In PET scan, they inject a radioactive dye which goes and sits in parts of the brain that are active. In the normal, non-meditative state, the brain is very active. And when we are seeing someone, the rear end of the brain, the visual cortex, is very active, as shown in the diagram.
Usually the brain is so active, there are 100 billion brain cells there. But what meditation does is something very interesting. It shows the frontal lobes getting more active. The frontal lobe is where you have judgment, wisdom, reasoning. Here are some of the brain scans I'm going to share with you. This is alert, non-meditative state. The second one is 30 minutes into 30 minutes meditation. Look at the frontal lobes, how they light up. They light it up big time. 60 minutes of deep meditation, and here is a deep, deep level of meditation where it lights up significantly right here, right in the middle, probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches deeper. What's interesting was, Swami was inside, and that's the last part of that one. See that light right here? So what's interesting was, I've never seen that before in my life. So the other parts I've seen may not be to the extent that Swamiji showed, but this is something interesting. There is something called dopamine, which is a chemical our brain is involved in. Dopamine is produced mostly in this area. And when you have any pleasurable feeling in your body, it is mediated through dopamine. It's a neuroreceptor. It's a chemical that transmits messages of pleasure. It basically evokes pleasure chemical. If you eat the same thing with visual pleasures you have, beautiful people, beautiful sceneries, nature, whatever gives you pleasure, it's mediated through dopamine. Everything that human being experiences involves dopamine. But what's interesting is that you and I have the potential to create our own dopamine in a big way. So I named it, for lack of a word in the past, the D spot, which is the dopamine spot. If you can discover your D spot, you got it made in life. The D really stands for a divine spot. The D also stands for delight, and the dopamine spot. What's also interesting is that he could, at will, go in and out of those states. Those are some of the findings I want to share with you. There's so much more talk about physiology of mind and brain and the body. It's a fascinating field that this is something that all human beings can relate to, can apply in our own lives. Not only a sophisticated knowledge, but these things have application in daily life for all of us.
Nithyananda's system of free healing, known as Nithya Spiritual Healing, has been baffling the medical world, curing diseases from migraine to cancer. Qualified people are also initiated to become healers. The complete report of the research conducted on Nithyananda's neurological system can be found in the book Mystic Phenomena, Scientific Data.
So now that we've understood how meditation directly impacts our brain, let us understand the benefits of puja as revealed by the Supreme Concept of Hinduism.
If you are not allowed to do yoga, made to believe early morning sleep is the best thing in your life, you are tortured, you are abused, your divine rights are violated. If you are constantly inspired to do yoga early morning and everyday puja. Sit by feeling connection. Understand nothing can be compared to prayer to bust your stress. I tell you, prayer is the best stress buster. Deep feeling connection and tears rolling in your eyes and melting down. Prayer to Paramashiva. Intense yearning, Vyakulata, talking to Paramashiva, relating to Paramashiva. Nothing can be compared to that to bust your stress. I tell you, every day puja is a ultimate recharging if you do everyday puja, the kind of the stress-free life you will live, your whole biological clock will be aligned to Kailasa. I tell you, I have seen the people who have the habit of Nitya Puja live long. Not just long, happy. In my whole life, it is Nitya Puja, Puja, that gave me all the best things of life. Everyday puja, relating with the deities is the best stress buster. Touch the deities, do decoration, dress up. Even now, my best time of the day is when I sit with my deities. When I sit with my deities, dress up the deities, jewel them, spend time with them, talk to them, intensely pray, deeply connect and pray. Understand? You do not know the power of Archavatara. God landing in physical deity form. Never underestimate the power of Archavatara. The Archavatara is equivalent to living avatara. What living avatar can do to you, an Archavatara can do. Atma Linga I am giving to all of you is literally living Archavatara. It's a piece of God. Literally.
Now we think how prayer can be such a blessing. It just by prayer we can rid ourselves of stress. So now let us understand how we can pray and surrender Devi Parashakti to the next method, which is, as Devi revealed, surrendering to Devi Parashakti through social media. During the Akashic readings, Devi Parashakti gives us the opportunity to connect with her, to pray to her, to relate with her through various social media platforms, and attends to us individually through our prayers and showers us with blessings and food. So let us now see how we can connect with Devi Parashakti through social media. Sorry for the technical glitch. So Devi Parashakti has revealed that you can connect with her and surrender to her on social media. So let us see the various ways that we can connect with Devi Parashakti. So the best way to connect with Devi is through YouTube. So whenever Devi Parashakti comes live, you can ask your questions to Devi Parashakti in the comment section of the live video. And you can do this by first becoming a member of Kailasa's SPH Nithyananda, the YouTube channel. And once you've done that, during the live Devi Parashakti Akashic reading, you can ask your questions directly to Devi, and Devi herself will directly attend to you. And the next way is by liking and following Kailasa's SPH JGM Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page. And then you can ask your questions again in the comment section of the live Facebook video. And the next way is by following at Sri Nithyananda on Twitter. And you can ask your questions in the reply section of the tweet with the hashtag AskTheAvatar. You can also Instagram by following Sri Nithyananda on Instagram and asking your questions in the comments section of the photos. And lastly, you can connect on WhatsApp by going to kailasa.org and asking your questions in the WhatsApp chat box. So the pop-up box that comes up on kailasa.org, you can ask your questions and receive the guidance and blessings of Devi Parashakti during the live Akashic reading. Now let us watch a short clip of Devi Parashakti blessing people.
காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினி உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி.
And the next method to connect with Devi Parashakti to protect yourself from Corona is by worshipping Devi Parashakti wherever she resides. And Supreme Concept of Hinduism has revealed that fire walking is a sacred alchemy science. And in the words of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism himself, our rishis and munis have been adepts and masters in every field, whether health or keeping the society safe, and in every field. So all the vratams, the pujas, the spiritual techniques, the religious rituals, anything they design is highly scientific and directly useful to the life. Coronavirus will not affect you at all because the fire walking time, the small blisters you get just shoots up your whole immunity. That power, the power to protect yourself from any virus, any problem, it's actually a powerful technique. It's a very powerful technique followed in those days, especially during this season. And especially that is done very traditionally, systematically. If you had even small blisters, and even if you did not have any blisters, you are protected already from corona problem. You will not be affected at all. Corona will not work on you. It will not affect you. Don't worry. It is a traditional way of making you immune. Actually, it's a traditional vaccination process. It's 11 feet length, the burning live charcoal on which you are supposed to walk, with the traditional powerful music which activates your lymph system, that mukulam, we call it in the back of the neck. This music will feel like it is hitting in the back of your neck, and your whole detox system will be awakened. In that peak altered state of consciousness, you should walk on fire. Not just like that, you will walk. You will first awaken, trigger the detox system, and then walk on fire in the 11 feet fire pit. And if you do just one fire walking, you are absolutely protected from corona. Pray to Mahamariamman and do the fire walking. That is it. It is like a traditional, powerful vaccination. Pray to Parashakti Mahamari, do the Patipatnirata fire walking. You are absolutely protected from coronavirus. No need to panic. Traditional vaccination, traditional, natural, organic, no bad side effect vaccination is the Hindu fire walk. Yes, so now let's watch the science behind firewalking as explained by the Supreme Concept of Hinduism himself.
All these transmutation processes means balancing the system and awakening the whole consciousness to your whole body is what I call transmutation processes. Some parts of your body becomes insensitive to the existence because of the job it is doing, like a feet, because of the continuous walking, it becomes insensitive. Your cheeks, how they are sensitive, they don't become, they lose sensitivity to the reality. But for the complete Kundalini awakening, your whole body needs to be alive and experiencing the reality and ability to experience the higher consciousness. That is the reason we have the process of firewalking.
Yes. And now let us watch the video of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism himself doing the fire walking in the sacred city of his birthplace, Tiruvannamalai.
சத்தியம் காத்திடும் உத்தமத்தியே சத்குருவாய் வந்த நித்திய தாயே வேதங்கள் வணங்கிடும் வடிவிலே அருள் புரிந்தாயே. தீயினிலே பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்த தீயே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி. தீயினிலே பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்த தீயே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி. கருமங்களை கொன்றிட வந்தாய் நித்யானந்த தர்ம மண்ணில் வென்றிட வந்தாய். கர்மங்களை கொன்றிட வந்தாய் நித்யானந்த தர்ம மண்ணில் வென்றிட வந்தாய். தீயினிலே பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்த தீயே நித்யானந்தே.
Yes, now let's understand the science behind firewalking. A study conducted by the U.S. National Study of Medicine, the National Institute of Health, regarding the various effects and benefits of firewalking has shown that people who participate in firewalking have increased levels of happiness and lower fatigue levels compared to people who did not participate in firewalking. So yes, now let us look at the next method to protect yourself from coronavirus. Baby has revealed that you can apply turmeric on your chest and drink neem juice and meditate on Devi Parashakti every day. Let us understand the benefits of neem juice as revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself.
Bididi. It is not, I'm not talking from air, I'm talking from ground. In Bididi, before we came to that land, 30 borewells were dug, no water. Now, from the day we came till now, we have water for 10,000 people to live comfortably in that very land. It's only pouring, pouring Karumari's grace wherever we started ashram. Nature completely cooperates because we know biology, whole biology thinks. If you are having bitter relationships in your life, just start drinking bitter neem juice every morning. The problem will be solved. Understand, if you are irritated, even if you don't react, even if you don't talk to people, you release that kind of vibes. Take Haritaki. You will see you release sweet kind of vibes. Take neem juice. You release healing, compassionate vibes. A woman who applies neem powder and takes bath, who applies turmeric powder and takes bath, is equivalent to Karumari Mahamayi. That neem paste and turmeric powder, if a woman takes bath with that, she is equivalent to Mahamayi. She is embodiment of Karumari because she will be manifesting that same vibes of Karumari. I sincerely recommend people start doing all these activities like applying neem paste and taking bath, applying haritaki powder and taking bath, applying turmeric powder and taking bath, applying basma and taking bath, especially for men, basma, for women, neem paste and turmeric paste. All four can be used by both all genders. That is different. If you want specific, I'll recommend the neem and turmeric for female body, haritaki and basma for male body. Understand your whole biology things. Working on whole biology changes the whole life. So, now with this understanding the whole biology things, think Mahavagya. This is Ajapa Japa. Think Mahavagya. With the understanding your whole biology thinks. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Blessings to all of you. Start manifesting powers now.
Yes, and science has also studied the benefits of turmeric extensively. Traditionally, it is known for its anti-inflammatory effect, but curcumin has also been shown in the last 2 decades to be a potent immunomodulator agent that can modulate the activation of T cells, B cells, macrophages, neutrophils, natural killer cells, and dendritic cells, which are all immune cells. And curcumin can also downregulate the expression of various pro-inflammatory cytokines and chemokines. And this research that was published in the U.S. that was published by the U.S. National Center for Biotechnology Information has shown that turmeric can modulate the activation of T cells, B cells, of various immune cells, as well as enhance the body's antibody response. So with this, you will have a strengthened immune system and you will be more likely to stay healthy for longer and be able to maintain an active lifestyle. And in India.com, it was also reported that neem can help you fight against corona, and it is a very important part of Ayurveda. And it was also reported that turmeric and neem are effective against coronavirus, according to a KGMU study. So the next method that Devi Parashakti has revealed is the complete mind, applying banana peel and onion in the heels and going to sleep. So this is how you can put the banana peel or an onion on the heel, put a stopover, and you can sleep at night. And this will completely detoxify your whole system. And as per Devi Parashakti's revelations, it can protect you from coronavirus. And onion has been shown to have various detoxifying effects. And in Medical Daily, it was reported that the beneficial properties of onion for our health include because onion contains a high amount of sulfur compounds, which not only give onion the recognizable smell, but also the powerful detoxifying agents. And with more than 100 sulfur-containing compounds, which are what cause the eyes to tear up, onions can help prevent and treat ailments from diabetes to heart disease, which is why it is in Ayurveda to be a very potent for its medicinal purposes, and that is its primary use in Hinduism. And in a review in the Journal of Phytotherapy, it describes the detox effects of onion, and it states that the downstream products are a complex mixture of sulfur-based compounds, and these compounds from onion have been reported to have a range of health benefits, including anti-carcinogenic effects, anti-platelet activity, anti-thrombotic activity, anti-asthmatic, and antibiotic effects as well. And the next method revealed by Devi Parashakti is to be in an unclutched state, filling with eternal bliss. Yes, so let us understand the science of unclutching as revealed by the Supreme Concept of Hinduism himself.
The brain is the organ which controls our whole physical being. Once our brain has been imbalanced, it will then transmit that imbalance throughout the whole body. Thought forms are pure energy that have the ability to influence people and everyday events in life. According to science, our brains generate an electromagnetic field which may be measured by such instruments as an encephalograph. This electromagnetic field is generated by the brain every time we think, and as our mind is never still, we may be compared to perpetual power generators. Fear produces nervous disorders. Anger produces headaches and violence. Confused thoughts produce congestion and ill health. Depression causes cancer, tumors, mental diseases, and lowering of the immune system, causing death through own willpower. Our thoughts generate intricate energy patterns which can be detected by sensitive equipment and seen by clairvoyant individuals. These energy patterns are known as thought forms. Surprisingly, thought forms are shaped by the thoughts themselves. Each of us creates hundreds of thought forms every hour and release them into the environment. Although we cannot see them, the thought forms have as real an existence as any other form of energy. Most people can sense others' thought forms, and a continuous energetic exchange happens between people, about which we are usually unaware. This also explains why we sometimes take a sudden liking or dislike to a certain person directly on meeting them. We just catch their vibes. Unclutching is a guide for equanimity and enlightenment. Thoughts are like bubbles in a fish tank. Just as bubbles in a fish tank rise from the bottom, our thoughts also rise in the same manner. When one bubble comes and reaches the surface of the water, the next bubble starts and the third bubble starts. Because the bubbles are rising at high speed, they look like a continuous stream. But our mind is not a continuous stream. There is always a gap between two thoughts. Like the bubbles, we also experience a neutral space between two thoughts. This neutral space between two thoughts is our original state, the pure silence. It is a state of pure consciousness, the state of God. Since the gap or the neutral space between two thoughts is too small. We think all thoughts are connected, but there is always a gap between two thoughts. In the forest of northern India, the hunters trap the birds using a trap. They tie a rope between two trees. The rope is the shaft that we create by connecting two thoughts. In the middle of the rope, they secure a wooden stick. The stick is our mind. The rope is tied at the midpoint of the stick. When a bird comes and sits on the stick, the bird's own weight turns the whole stick upside down. It turns topsy-turvy. The moment it turns upside down and loses its sense of balance, it feels totally shaken and tightens its grip on the stick. It simply holds onto the stick as if its life depends on it. Similarly, we connect thoughts and form a shaft out of it and live in the fear that if we drop our mind, we might be lost. We might lose our identity. Because it is hanging upside down, it thinks, if I unclutch from this stick, I will fall and die. Is similar to the fear that if we start trusting that we are unconnected, unclutched, independent and illogical thoughts, we might be lost. If the bird lets go and relaxes, it may flutter to balance for a moment or two. When it leaves the stick, maybe for a few seconds it will fall, but then it will adjust itself and start flying. In the same way, we hold on to whatever we think is our identity and security, our education, our mind, our life, our relationships, or our bank balance. Ultimately comes to remove the stick that is our identity. Just like the bird, we don't realize that if we drop our mind, at that moment we can become a Paramahamsa. That very moment we can be liberated. In Mundaka Upanishad, there is a story which explains there is a huge tall tree, and in the tallest branch of the tree, there is a golden bird sitting unclutched from everything in bliss, like Dakshinamurti. In the lower level branch, there is a small bird which jumps from here and there to various branches eating fruits. When it eats a bitter fruit, it feels bad. Whenever she eats the bitter fruit, she sees the bird which is looking above silently like Dakshinamurti and feels why I should not be like that bird. But unfortunately, when the same bird, when it eats tasty fruit, it forgets the bird sitting above it. In the same way, she keeps battling between branches, eating bitter and tasty fruits again and again. One day, as a small bird flies up higher, and as it reaches near the golden bird, it realized that he and she are the same. There is no difference between them both and realizes her original state. The small bird realizes that she also can be in the same state of the golden bird and become a Paramahamsa. This moment, trust yourself. Don't bother about losing your identity. Just trust yourself and let go of your identity. You will immediately become a Paramahamsa and be liberated. All you need to do is to trust that you're unclutched. Dropping the conclusions you can't be transformed is unclutching.
So now that we've understood the science of unclutching, and take a few minutes when you find the time in your day to experience this state of unclutching. So you can sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line, and with your eyes closed, intensely chant Mahavakya, and do not engage in any thought or emotion. Purely let the space of unclutching manifest in you. Chant the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. And you can take some time when you are available in your day at your convenience and experience the state of unclutching. You can also play the Mahavakya on YouTube as you are sitting in the space of unclutching. Understand the next method, which is doing Ajba Ajba of the cosmic sound Shiva Shiva Shiva. And a study conducted by the US National Library of Medicine on the benefits of chanting has clearly established how doing the Ajaba Ajaba, the chanting, has a direct and positive benefit for the physical health and mental well-being. The study correlates the chanting of the Ajaba Ajaba to the vagus nerve stimulation used as a treatment for depression and epilepsy. Here is the rest of that article. By Dr. Masaru Emoto, established that intention or thoughts can actually change the very molecular structure of water. And this interesting research clearly shows that when the water is exposed to positive sound vibrations, the molecular formation is a very beautiful crystal-like structure. Whereas when negative sounds or emotions are exposed to water, the water molecule becomes disfigured, distorted, and disintegrated. So in the next slide, we will see the various photos of what water looks like when exposed to positive vibrations words versus negative vibrations words. So when words like compassion, thank you, and wisdom are used on water, you can see the beautiful snowflake-like structures that are formed in the water molecule. However, when words like I will kill you, you fool, and heavy metal music is played to water, the water becomes completely disintegrated. The water molecule becomes disintegrated and disformed. And you can imagine what happens inside of your body, which is composed of up to 60% water, when you chant the Ajaba Ajaba, the sacred, powerful chant, the mantras, and that will bring such a positive high vibration in your system and create these beautiful molecular formations and completely change your entire system. And so you can come and become a part of the Unclutching Initiative. And when you are chanting the Mahavakya, you can go ahead and sign up to become a part of kailasada.tv/minutes for peace. So whether you are practicing unclutching or you are chanting the Mahavakya and continuously doing the Ajba Ajba of Shiva Shiva, you can log your minutes for peace at kailasada.tv/minutes for peace. And the Supreme Council of Hinduism has revealed that if 10,000 people can do this just for 3 months, we can give such powerful superconscious breakthrough to the whole of humanity. Because all of us are interconnected. We are not islands. These are all fundamental. When you start unclutching, Kailasa starts experiencing the joy, the bliss of you unclutching. Nothing goes to waste in this cosmos. So whether you are doing the unclutching or the chanting of the Ajba Ajba, the sacred sounds of Shiva Shiva Shiva, you can go ahead and log your minutes for peace and give all of the benefits of your unclutching, your Ajba Ajba to the world. And the last method that Devi Parashakti has revealed to protect yourself from COVID-19 is being in the state beyond any remembrance or forgetting in the Arunachala Surana that blossoms as Aham, Aham, in the Ananda Surana. So just being in that complete unclutched state beyond any remembrance or forgetting in the pure bliss of the Arunachala Surana that blossoms in the Ananda Surana. So these are the 8 methods that Devi Parashakti has revealed to protect yourself from COVID-19. And each of these methods is independent unto itself. Each method can be used independently to protect yourself from COVID-19. And any of these methods is enough to protect you and ensure that you are staying safe during this pandemic. And one of the methods that Devi Parashakti has revealed in these 8 methods is by praying to Devi Parashakti. So in this next segment, we will understand how we can pray to Devi, how we can connect with her, meditate on her, and receive all of her blessings and grace through the various offerings that you can make to Devi Parashakti. So anytime you make an offering to the divine, it is not out of any fear, nor it's not that the divine will gain anything from you offering something. It's not that you will lose something if you don't offer. You, regardless of your offering, you will continue to be blessed and showered upon by Swami, by Devi Parashakti, as they are the infinite compassion and infinite love and grace will always be upon you. But it is only when we decide to open ourselves up, when we decide to offer something in order to receive, be able to open ourselves up to receive everything that Devi Parashakti, that the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has to offer. Will we be able to benefit fully, and will we be able to experience the oneness with Devi, with Swamiji himself? So now let us enter into this offering segment and understand some of the various offerings that you can make to Devi Parashakti. So an offering is the divine gift of pure love, devotion, and oneness. And it consists of two parts, the giving and the accepting. And only when the divine accepts what one offers, the offering becomes complete. Offerings are not made out of any fear nor out of any greed, but when an avatar lands, the offerings are purely a part of the grand Leela played out for the only purpose of your enlightenment. So this is the Dhyana Shloka for Devi Parashakti. And the Dhyana Shloka is to invoke Devi Parashakti herself, the presence of Devi Parashakti herself. This is from the Mula Manonmani Dhyanam. And it states that moonlight face holding the Vedas in one hand, fire in eyes of the lotus flower, gracing and blessing hands in one hand with the Japamala, beautifully decorated with jeweled ornaments in wonderful clothes and shining crown. Her name is Manonmani. And it continues on. I meditate on Devi with three eyes glowing like a moon and holding the Vedas, the lotus embracing with blessing and gracing hands. She is wearing beautiful ornaments. She is worshipped by goddesses, by Brahma and other many gods, and showers auspicious boons for all actions every day. So you'll notice in many of these offerings, they are made in gold. And this is because gold is a very significant divine element in Hinduism. It is the origin of gold is described in the Atharva Veda, and it translates triply born by the birth is this gold from the atoms of Agni as one. It became dearest to Agni. One fell away from the Soma when it was heard. One they call the seed of virtuous and powerful Apaha. Let that triple gold be for your long life. And gold is a divine element. It purifies anything that it touches. It is an element of great spiritual significance and great spiritual power of healing and enlightening. The vibration of gold has the power to infuse sattva energy and positive thought currents in anyone who wears and anyone who sees or operates in its vicinity. And gold is present in all of our scriptures, the Agamas, the Vedas, the Shrutis, the Smritis, the Itihasas, the Puranas. In all our Hindu scriptures, it is abundantly displayed that gold is the most auspicious and purest metal to make any offering. And in the Hindu civilization, everything was built in gold, exchanged in gold. Ritual fees were even offered in gold. When one was to be saved from life-threatening illnesses, gold was offered as a ritual fee, and gold was in abundance and used for weighing equivalent amounts of commodities, including cows. Kingdoms were built with huge doorways of gold. The streets would have huge columns and huge archways made of gold, and horses and cows were even dressed in gold. The Hindu civilization thrived on the banks of rivers of gold. The Indus River was called the Hiranyamaya, the river of gold in the Rig Veda, and the river Saraswati was called the Hiranyavartini in the Atharva Veda. And gold is the supreme element for offering gifts to the ones you love and revere, especially the divine. And temples were constructed in gold and paved in gold. Deities were made in gold and decked in gold ornaments. And because it preserves the enlightenment energy for thousands of years, it lasts forever. The first offering that you can make to Devi Parashakti is the E-Hundi offering, which is just a general donation that you can make to the feet of Devi Parashakti. And this is like in any temple that you might visit, you might make an offering, a small donation in the Hundi, just to say thank you to the divine, to just offer your love, your gratitude for the divine happening in your life. And Kailasa has made this very simple for you to do online as well through the E-Hundi offering. And Devi is described as the one who is fond of devotion, and she can only be won over through true devotion, and she removes all fears. So if there is any fear in the minds of the devotees, Devi is sure to remove that fear. It is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn, and this does not mean the autumn this season, but rather the autumn of our lives, when our thoughts turn more and more inward, and the role of the divine becomes much more known and clearly understood, and the need for the worship of Devi becomes much stronger. And Devi is described as the one who bestows happiness on her devotees. So you can offer your gratitude and devotion to Devi Parashakti by offering your kanika, and your name shall be chanted in the offering to Devi Parashakti. The next offering that we have is the Sankalpa chanting, the offering of your conscious resolution. So before you, in Hinduism, before you start any new endeavor, before you try to do anything, you always want to set a intention, set a conscious resolution for what it is that you want to manifest. And when you offer your conscious resolution to the feet of the Supreme Master of Hinduism, who is manifesting Devi Parashakti, you will be bestowed with all of the overflowing energy of Devi Parashakti and Swamiji himself to manifest exactly what it is you want in your life. And in the Devi Mahatmyam, it describes the goddess enchants this universe, and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess, being prayed without interest in anything, gives that knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in the materialistic sense. So not only will you attain wealth in the world, in your worldly life, but you will attain the ultimate knowledge and salvation by praying to Devi Parashakti, by offering your conscious resolution. You will experience the fruition of all your desires and wishes. The next offering is the Sahasranama Swarnakasu. And this is the gold coin with the inscription of the various names of Devi Parashakti. So Devi is described as Namaparayana Prita. This means the one who likes the repetition of her various names. And these various names are not just names of Devi Parashakti. They are the various qualities, the divine attributes of Devi Parashakti, whether it's her overflowing compassion, her grace, her infinite knowledge, whatever aspect of Devi Parashakti you connect with, you can offer that name of Devi inscribed on a golden coin to Devi Parashakti. And you can offer as many as you would like. And this is a very special and unique archana offered to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti. So you can, when you offer this gold coin with the various inscriptions of Devi Parashakti's name, you will be blessed with the Ananta Kalyana Gunas, the various divine qualities of Devi Parashakti herself to manifest in you. The next offering is the Mukta Anguti, the finger ring with a pearl. And Devi is well known to be adorned and fond of pearls. And of course, the pearl actually represents the infinite compassion that is Devi herself. And in this verse, it describes, I bow to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls, and the face shining like a full moon, who wears the anklets that are studded with gemstones, and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of the lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by goddesses Van and Brahma. I remain ever bowing to the goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. When you offer this mukta anguti, the finger ring with a pearl, you will be blessed with the overflowing compassion and pure love of Devi Parashakti on in all of your business endeavors. We can see the next offering, which is the Svarna Padma Pushpa. And in the Kamikagama, this is the golden lotus. And in the Kamikagama, it describes the significance of this golden lotus. It states that all the kalashas should be wound around with suitable thread and covered with the new cloth. They should be adorned with a lotus flower made of gold. And so when you offer, you can see actually the significance of this golden lotus as it is found in many, many Hindu rituals where the kalashas are used, whether it's the homas or the pujas, whatever it may be. Many rituals use these kalashas, which should be adorned with this golden lotus. So you can see the significance of this golden lotus. And actually, the lotus flower is found in many, many aspects of Hinduism. There are numerous scriptural references for using the lotus in the worship of Shakti. Almost everything in the worship, the ultimate, involves the consecration of deities of worship using the lotus flower, the lotus leaf, the lotus pericarp, the lotus petals, and the lotus is a very divine flower. The Shakti of Paramashiva is called the lotus. The base of the Paramashiva Linga is the lotus, and the disciple of Paramashiva is also considered as a lotus ready to bloom. So you can offer the lotus in any size that you wish and be blessed to have the state, space, and powers of Devi Parashakti in your inner space amidst any and every adverse situation. Just as the lotus blooms in murky waters, you too shall bloom in any adverse situation in your life with the grace and blessings of Devi herself. And the next offering that we have is the Saranameti, the gold toe ring. And this verse describes the power of Devi Parashakti's very toenails. It states,